Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Ganit. My name is Samir Sardana, and in this video I'm going to talk about NMAT exam. All you need to know about this paper will be discussed in this. The key point that I'm going to discuss throughout this video will be the exam pattern and the strategy to clear the NMAT exam, cutoffs and the placement of Narsi Munji Mumbai campus, and the different MBA program that this college offer, along with the important dates of CAT 2021 and NMAT exam. My name is Samir Sadana. I have done my MBA from University Business School, Punjab University. Scored 99 plus in Quant and DLR section multiple times. And you can subscribe Easy Ganit YouTube channel to get more videos on NMAT, where I'll be discussing the complete syllabus of NMAT, all topics of NMAT for reasoning as well as Quant will be discussed on this YouTube channel. Now, talking about the exam pattern, guys, let's talk about the first thing, that's exam pattern, NMAT exam. What are the changes this year, which are happening in NMAT paper? Let's have a look at it. See, guys, if you talk about the exam pattern, language, there are three sections that you will be coming across in NMAT. Language skills, number of questions will be 36, 120 marks, time in minutes that will be given to you will be 28. Quantitative skills, 36 number of questions, 120 marks, time in minutes will be 52. Logical reasoning, 36, 120 marks, 40 minutes. That means time for a particular section is already defined. So if I have to talk about the strategy with you that which section you should be attempting first, it does not hold any importance. The reason is the timing for each section is already fixed, right? You cannot use the timing of one particular section for another section, which is your strength areas. So you'll have to spend the time accordingly, right? Which is mentioned, right? 28 minutes ही आपको मिलेंगे language skill के लिए, 52 minutes आपको quantitative skills के लिए, 40 minutes for your logical reasoning skills, right? Total number of questions in this would be 108 and total time would be 120 minutes. Okay. We'll talk about कि किस तरह से आपको पूरे marks को target करना चाहिए, right? The important points that you should keep in your mind is that there is no negative marking in NMAT, so you should be attempting the complete NMAT paper, and there is no option of reviewing the answers that you have already marked and moved on to the next question. Once you marked an answer and you moved on to the next section, there is no way to go back to that particular section of the previous section, and you cannot change your answer, right? So once you moved ahead, right, you'll not be able to get yourself back to that same question, right? So there is no review, there is no negative marking. So once you are selecting a question to attempt it, make sure that if that question is familiar, if that question is something from your practice material, or you know the concept on which the question is based, you should be attempting that question. Otherwise, just take a calculative guess and move on, right? Because there's no negative marking. So you need to attempt all 120 all 108 questions if you want to maximize the score in NMAT. Okay, and as far as the order of section is confirmed, it's unlike CAT, where the order is already fixed, that where you'll be getting verbal ability first, then DILR, and then Quant. In NMAT, you can choose the order of the section. Whichever section you want to attempt first, you can do that, but the timing of that section will be fixed. So should we take a call, or should we discuss a strategy to which section to attempt first? I guess that does not hold any importance, because timing for each section is fixed. Yes, what you can do is, initially, because you're highly energetic, right, you can use your energy at the start of the paper in that particular section where you are strong, right? That particular section should be your first choice. जो आपका strength area, for example, जिस बच्चे का quant अच्छा है, तो first 52 minutes में that person should be attempting the Quant. And let me tell you guys, NMAT exam in terms of level of difficulty is not very high, right? The level of difficulty of the question of NMAT paper is will lie in the range from easy to moderate. So you will find most quantitative questions, right, familiar, and the pattern of the question definitely will be based on the questions that have been asked previously in the papers, right? If you have followed a standard material for your CAT exam preparation or any other MBA entrance exam preparation, that automatically cover the complete syllabus for NMAT. Some topics which are different in reasoning as well as in language skills will be discussed here. But as far as Quant is concerned, what is the most important section for Quant? क्वांट के कौन कौन से ऐसे टॉपिक्स हैं चैप्टर वाइज जो स्पेसिफिकली एनमेट में आपको ध्यान रखने चाहिए. We'll talk about it as per the number of questions that have been asked in the previous year NMAT paper, right? But these are the important points that I would like all of you to know कि हर क्वेश्चन को अटेम्प्ट करना है और वही क्वेश्चन पे टाइम इन्वेस्ट करना है जो क्वेश्चन आपका फैमिलियर है, जिसका प्रैक्टिस आपने किया हुआ है और क्वेश्चन को देख के आपको आइडिया लग रहा है कि हाँ ये प्रॉफिट लॉस का क्वेश्चन इस तरह से होने वाला है बिकॉज आई हैव डन इट इन माय प्रैक्टिस मटेरियल. उस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने का प्रोबेबिलिटी आपका काफी हाई रहेगा. सो यू नीड टू सिलेक्ट ओनली दोज क्वेश्चन, टारगेट क्वेश्चंस, राइट. बहुत अच्छी चीज इस बार एनमेट में ये हुआ है that instead of taking 3 attempts, students will be allowed to take 1 attempt. There is an option of giving 3 attempts, right, for NMAT. But नारसी मुंजी के जो कैंपस हैं उन कैंपसेस में एडमिशन लेने के लिए आपका जो फर्स्ट जो मेन एग्जाम होगा उसी का स्कोर कंसीडर करेंगे. रेस्ट ऑफ द 2 exams of NMAT, if you want to retake it, will be considered only for the colleges which are other than Narsi Munji. Other than Narsi Munji कुछ ज़्यादा इतने colleges नहीं है except KJS Maya, SP Jain, but there is a condition in SP Jain, the score of only the girls candidate will be included, and an XIM University. So these 3 colleges which I personally feel are the good colleges that you can target through NMAT. I'm not recommending any other college for under the NMAT exam. We'll talk about those things also कि आपको ये दोबारा से retake लेना चाहिए नहीं लेना चाहिए, right? We'll talk about it. But yes, this is a new change that is happening this year. That instead of 3 attempts that you can give for NMAT and the one best score will be considered for your NMAT Narsi Munji selection. This year, this is not happening. You'll have to give the first main exam, right? And that exam will be considered only for your Narsi Munji campuses, guys, right? This is a good thing. So you should definitely give 1 attempt for NMAT. Why 1 attempt? I'll talk about with reason in the upcoming slides. Now let's talk about the quant strategy and the topics that are supposed to be covered by you guys, right? Our topics covered under the language skills are just 1 minute. Yes, these are the topics of quant. These are the main topics of quant that you need to cover for your NMAT exam. What are these big questions? What are these? These are number properties, number system. You need to thoroughly study it because you'll definitely find questions from this. Arithmetic, algebra, probability, DI case and tables, data sufficiency. Is geometry not a part of syllabus? Geometry is a part of syllabus, but in the previous NMAT papers, there are not many questions from geometry. So this year, again, I should expect the same? No, this year they might ask you more questions from geometry because they have mentioned geometry as a part of your syllabus. So you should definitely not leave it. You should definitely do the basics of it. Questions बहुत ज़्यादा difficult नहीं आएंगे, easy आएंगे, right? So don't worry about it, right? Okay. So these are the topics that you're supposed to do, guys. And let me give you the number of questions coming from these individual section of quant that came in NMAT 2020 paper, guys. You see that, guys? Arithmetic. This is NMAT 2020 quantitative analysis, guys. Arithmetic, there were total 13 questions, right? So you can see that arithmetic is a game changer. Maximum number of questions are coming from arithmetic, right? And it is very, very easy topic to do. If you have covered your syllabus of CAT, I don't think there is something new that you have to do for arithmetic. It is already done. If you are prepared for CAT, ये section आपका बच्चों already ready है. 13 questions आपके लिए पड़े हुए हैं, वहाँ जाके आपको attempt करने हैं, right? This year, the figure will definitely around 13 की 12 भी हो सकते हैं, 15 भी हो सकते हैं, it can be anything. But yes, these are the questions that you definitely need to target because arithmetic हमने plus session में बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा हुआ है, right? So you should definitely be targeting, right? Unacademy Plus पे we have covered arithmetic in detail, right? So you should definitely go for this. Arithmetic should be your priority in NMAT exam. Questions level of difficulty will not be high. I can definitely say that, right? Data interpretation. There will also be some videos I'll be uploading on this channel for NMAT, right? From selected 100 questions of arithmetic for NMAT and SNAP exams, right? You can refer to that video links. So subscribe to the channel to get updates on all these videos which are going to upload it on this channel. Data interpretation, guys, there are 12 questions of data interpretation, right? Talking about the last data interpretation section, right? एक set थोड़ा more difficult level का था, but other sets were easy based on the core concepts of ratios, percentage, and averages. These are the topics that you must be good at to cover your DI. Not the DI of NMAT is not like CAT, जिसमें थोड़ा टेक्निकल कॉन्सेप्ट या रीजनिंग कॉन्सेप्ट भी ऐड होता है डीआई के अंदर, राइट? इसमें आपका लॉजिकल रीजनिंग बेस्ड डीआई नहीं आएगा. इट विल बी प्योरली डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन, लाइक बेस्ड ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ ग्रोथ, percent calculation, ratios, and average, right? So these are the topics that you can expect in DI. Not a reasoning based DI. Very less chance, right? Data sufficiency is something that you specifically need to target for NMAT. Data sufficiency CAT में काफी सालों से क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, but data sufficiency NMAT में जिसमें आपको डेटा का sufficiency चेक करना है, you are not supposed to answer a question. There will be some information in different parts that will be given to you. Just have to check that whether the data is sufficient to answer or not. So it's not a separate topic that you need to do. Data sufficiency questions can be from any arithmetic topic, right? It can be from profit and loss, it can be from SSA, it can also be from data interpretation. You just need to see कि क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने के लिए क्या नया इंफॉर्मेशन रिक्वायर्ड होगा, या फिर जो इंफॉर्मेशन पेपर में क्वेश्चन में इंस्ट्रक्शंस में दिए, इज दैट इंफॉर्मेशन सफिशिएंट टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन और नॉट. You're not supposed to find the answer, you just need to check the sufficiency of the data. Is the information given the option A sufficient to answer it or not? This type of question. So to solve data sufficiency questions, you just need a methodology to answer this question. Otherwise, the concept part is already covered from the rest of the quant that you have already covered. I'll take some special topics. I'll take some questions, videos on data sufficiency on this channel. No issue, right? Talking about the modern maths, guys, right? You see that this you'll not find much question modern math from in the other quant exams, but here you will definitely have questions in modern math. So this is, right, 3 questions of modern math, and at easy level can give you quick marks. So I would suggest arithmetic तो आपको करना ही है, but modern math should be given more priority compared to geometry, right? So if you guys are appearing for CAT, arithmetic से ज़्यादा importance आपको modern math में देना है बच्चों. Geometry से, sorry, not arithmetic से. Geometry का last year में कोई भी question नहीं आया था, एक आध question आया था geometry का, but modern math के 3 questions. So obviously I should be putting modern math first compared to the geometry. Complete your modern maths, guys, right? इजी गणित पे मॉडर्न मैथ के आपको ऑलरेडी काफी सारे वीडियोस मिल जाएंगे. यू कैन फाइंड इट इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन पार्ट. मॉडर्न मैथ के standard questions, right, around standard questions on divisibility rules of right arrangement, sitting arrangement, circle arrangement. Those videos have already been uploaded. You can also check the playlist of permutation and combination, and you can cover this class easily. Numbers and algebra 4 question, again an important section. You can see that number system अच्छे से आना चाहिए. CAT के लिए पढ़ा है, उसी में cover हो जाएगा. Algebra CAT के comparison में बहुत कम level का है in terms of level of difficulty as well as in terms of number of topics. CAT में algebra में हम 14 topics करते हैं. Functions, logarithms, sequence, everything, right? Sequence and series, graphs, so many topics, right? Quadratic equation, higher order equation, linear equations. But यहाँ पे level of algebra is bit low. Topics तो वही करने रहेंगे, but उतना ज़्यादा advanced level करने का requirement नहीं है. Basics अगर आपको सभी टॉपिक्स क्या आते हैं, you see that बेसिक सभी टॉपिक क्या आने चाहिए. इट्स नॉट दैट कि अलजेब्रा करना है तो लीनियर इक्वेशन एंड क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन, दैट्स इट एंड वी आर डन विद अलजेब्रा. नो, यू नीड टू नो द बेसिक्स ऑफ लॉगरिथम, सीक्वेंस सीरीज, सर्ज एंड इंडिसेस, राइट? बेसिक सभी टॉपिक का आना चाहिए. इफ यू नो द बेसिक्स, आई गेस your job in algebra is done, right? You can easily target questions from this basic level. Sequence series का, logarithm का, graphs का, higher order equation का, quadratic linear तो basics में आता ही है, वो सब आपको आना चाहिए बच्चों, right? So this is your whole quantitative analysis. Talking about the cutoffs, guys, right? I just want to see that कि आपका क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने का स्पीड क्या होना चाहिए, right? You see that last year जो cutoff गया था, that was 76 marks, right? 76 marks was the cutoff, right? So आपके पास 52 questions हैं, 52 minutes हैं क्वांट सेक्शन में, 36 questions है, right? जिसमें आपको टोटल 76 marks लाने हैं. So you should be attempting firstly each and every question. 120 में से बच्चों आपको 76 marks लेके आना है. Out of 120, you are supposed to get 76 marks, right? Approximately, you see that three marks per question. So if I want to target 36, the number of questions that I should be attempting should be around 25 to 28. 25 से 28 number of questions मेरे सही होने चाहिए, not attempt आपको सारे करने हैं, right? So जो correct questions है 25 to 28 जो आपको करना है, to be on the safe side, let's consider it to be 30, right? Yes, or 25 to 28 आपका minimum attempt होना चाहिए. But you see that 25 questions for your cutoff will not be clear, right? It will be 75. I need 76 marks, right? Okay, but the number of marks per question will be more than 3, right? So बच्चों, approximate number of questions that you need to correct in quant section in 52 minutes, I would say, to be on the safe side, right? Because there can be some wrong questions also, would be at least 30 questions. I see that out of 36, if I have to do 30 questions correct, right? You need to cover your 100% syllabus, because it's not that easy, right? 36 questions out of 36, approximately, you see that it's more than 90% पेपर आपको करेक्ट करना है बच्चों, राइट? क्वांट सेक्शन के अंदर तो आपको क्वांट स्ट्रॉन्ग होना चाहिए, बहुत अच्छा आपका कवर होना चाहिए क्वांट, राइट? बिकॉज only clearing the section cutoff will not clear your overall cutoff, right? So थोड़ा सा section cutoff से ऊपर रहोगे तो आपका final merit list में नाम अच्छे से आएगा, right? Because the students बिल्कुल cutoff के ऊपर होते हैं, their names finally comes into the waiting list, and then ये decided नहीं होता that they will clear the cutoff, final cutoff or not, right? So फर्स्ट जो कट ऑफ है 76 मार्क्स का तीनों सेक्शन में, that is just for the call, right? That's cut off for the call, right? You need to go for further process also, and finally you need to be at a bit higher. You need to score some higher marks as compared to the point cutoff. So 30 is the number of questions that you need to attempt definitely here, right? So you can see that कि number of questions में आपका accuracy ज्यादा होना चाहिए, आपको ज्यादा तुक्के नहीं मारने हैं, right? सिलेबस 100% करके जाओगे तो आपका रेंज ऑफ क्वेश्चंस बढ़ेगा, मैक्स ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस आपको बच्चों इस सेक्शन के अंदर सॉल्व करके आने हैं, राइट? ओके, टॉकिंग अबाउट द लैंग्वेज स्किल्स, गाइस, दिस yes, the last year, right, the main topic for NMAT are reading comprehensions, paraforming. Reading comprehension you have done in CAT, right? Nothing new here, but yes, here you need to have more speed while solving reading comprehension because time is very less. पैराफॉर्मिंग, एरर आइडेंटिफिकेशन, जिसके लिए आपको ग्रामर अच्छे से पढ़ना पड़ेगा, preposition, sentence correction, analogy. So this is something, these are the syllabus, right? If you compare it to the CAT, right, reading comprehension आप already कर चुके हो. These are the all new topics for you guys other than CAT, because CAT में mainly critical reasoning आता है. Critical reasoning in NMAT is a part of logical reasoning section, right? So जो critical reasoning के concepts आपने CAT में verbal ability में पढ़े हैं, that part will help you in logical reasoning section, because the critical reasoning have very high weightage in NMAT exam for in LR section जो आपने CAT में verbal ability में पढ़ा है. These are the new topics, right? But I'm sure जहाँ भी आपने CAT के exam का preparation किया होगा, ये topics आपने definitely किए होंगे. Error identification, paraforming, preposition, this is a complete grammar, right? Sentence correction is also based on grammar. Analogies, again, a vocab based analogy. So you need to study some vocabs also. These are topics that you have to do. Grammar in short, you need to study grammar thoroughly to target your LR section. Reading comprehension is already ready if you have prepared for CAT. Looking at the NMAT 2020 paper, guys, RC's number of questions were 8. Paraforming 5 questions, error identification 6 questions, preposition 6 questions, sentence completion 5, and analogy 6, right? Okay. Talking about this section, logical reasoning, guys, right? LR section, you can see that in exam pattern of NMAT in LR. What do we have? We have total 40 minutes, 36 question. Cutoff is again same as 76, right? आपको 120 में से 76 number लेके आना है बच्चों. So approximately again इस section में भी आपको 25 से 30 के बीच में question सही करने रहेंगे. And you see that the topics are critical reasoning and deduction. This is the kind of those topics which we have covered in verbal ability in CAT. Analytical puzzles and reasoning abilities are, analytical puzzles are those puzzles where we do the data arrangements questions, right? I'll give you content for your NMAT exam preparation on analytical puzzle on this, specifically on this channel, specifically for NMAT, right? We'll cover those puzzles and tricks to handle it. In reasoning ability, you need to study the topics like coding, decoding, direction, blood relation, input, output, right? These are the topics that you need to study for your reasoning ability, a part of non-verbal reasoning also. To be on the safe side, you need to study in reasoning ability. So guys, again, there will be series of 100 questions which will comprehensively cover your reasoning ability that I'll upload on this channel, right? Covering all questions of coding, decoding, direction, blood relation, input, output, and non-verbal reasoning, odd one out, right? A series, number series, and the ranking, right? And comparison between the numbers, values, right? So comparison based inequalities, right? So all those reasoning topic will be covered. I'll make a series, upload a series of 100 questions of reasoning ability on this channel, where this series will also help you, right, for snap exam also. Anyways, for snap exam you are supposed to do these topics, right? ये topic CAT में नहीं आते, but if you talk about NMAT, you talk about snap, you talk about IFT, इन तीनों में ये सब topics आने वाले हैं. तो ये topics आपको करने ही पड़ेंगे. बहुत easy topics हैं, आपको ज़्यादा इसमें कुछ difficulty नहीं face होगा. Don't worry about it. We'll be able to do it in 10 sessions, right? So in 10 sessions we'll be able to cover your LR completely. Okay, specifically if you talk about it, silogs are very, very important. Silogs is also a part of reasoning ability, right? You see that last 2020 NMAT 2020 analysis, strong and weak argument, there are 4 questions, sentence conclusion 4 questions, assumption 4, silogs 2 questions. ये पूरा का पूरा आपका verbal ability वाला section है बच्चों. LR के 8 questions with 2 sets. जो analytical puzzles की हम बात कर रहे थे, CAT में बहुत किया हमने ये सब, right? और भी स्पेसिफिक एनमैट वाले और स्नैप के राइट जो भी वीडियोस होंगी सेट होंगे वो मैं आपको इस चैनल पे दे दूंगा. इनपुट आउटपुट के 4 क्वेश्चन 1 सेट. दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज 101% श्योर दैट यू विल डेफिनेटली बी कमिंग अक्रॉस. इनपुट आउटपुट हर साल एनमैट में इनपुट आउटपुट का क्वेश्चन डेफिनेटली मिलेगा. देयर आर सो मेनी ट्रिक्स टू हैंडल द इनपुट आउटपुट क्वेश्चंस, राइट? हाउ टू हैंडल 5 क्वेश्चंस ऑफ इनपुट आउटपुट इन 2 मिनट्स. उसका ट्रिक्स है रैंकिंग बेस्ड ट्रिक ऑफ इनपुट आउटपुट, जो मैं अपने बच्चों को ऑलरेडी प्लस पे भी टीच किया है. इसकी वीडियोस भी हैं चैनल के ऊपर ऑलरेडी. इनपुट आउटपुट की वीडियोस बहुत सारी अपलोड है अनअकैडमी के चैनल के ऊपर भी. आई ऑल्सो अपलोड दोज वीडियोस हियर ऑल्सो, राइट? ये वीडियोस को मैं इस चैनल पे भी अपलोड करूंगा, राइट? डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, राइट? न्यू वीडियोस विल ऑन इनपुट आउटपुट विल ऑल्सो बी अपलोडेड. सेट थ्योरी का 1 क्वेश्चन, सिंगल्स, राइट? 2 क्वेश्चंस, डायग्राम बेस्ड जिसमें आपको डायग्राम रीड करना होता है, नॉन वर्बल रीजनिंग टाइप क्वेश्चंस, राइट? दोज विल ऑल्सो be the part of your syllabus of LR. So these are the top analysis of NMAT 2020 paper. I hope you got the complete idea. Now, this was the whole exam and how you should be preparing about, right? And how can this channel help you in covering your complete NMAT syllabus, right? Now, what next I want to cover is the number of campuses and other things about NMAT like placements, the fee structure, the programs. What are the programs you should be targeting? See that the number of campuses in Maxima, but students go for जनरली जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो इसी कैंपस के लिए ट्राई करते हैं. शुड यू अवॉइड दीज कैंपसेस? सी दैट्स योर पर्सनल कॉल. मुंबई कैंपस इज द मेन कैंपस जिसका प्लेसमेंट, राइट, और एंड इट्स वेरी पॉपुलर अमंग स्टूडेंट्स. द प्रोग्राम्स ऑफ मुंबई, राइट, एंड स्पेसिफिकली द HR फाइनेंस ऑपरेशन प्रोग्राम आर वेरी वेरी फेमस एंड द जनरल मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम ऑफ मुंबई कैंपस आर फेमस जिसके लिए बच्चे ट्राई करते हैं. HR भी ये कैंपसेस, राइट, भी नारसी मुंजी के फेमस कैंपसेस हैं. बट शुड आई गो फॉर इट? दैट्स योर पर्सनल कॉल. यू नीड टू स्टडी कि इसका प्लेसमेंट क्या है इन सभी कैंपसेस का एंड व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ मनी यू आर सपोज्ड टू इन्वेस्ट. बट यस, बेंगलुरु, हैदराबाद, नवी मुंबई, इंदौर, दीज आर द कैंपसेस ऑफ नारसी मुंजी. चंडीगढ़ में भी एक नया कैंपस ओपन होने वाला है. इट्स मेंशन इन ऑन देयर वेबसाइट. आई पर्सनली asked my students to target only this campus. मेरे जो बच्चे हैं जो मेरी मेंटरशिप में जो कैट के एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं for Narsi Munji, I recommend them only this campus. ये campus में हुआ तो जाना है, otherwise नहीं जाना, right? इन पे जाना चाहिए. That's your personal call. You can just check the placement records and your the amount of money that you will be investing. Just check the ROI. I'll talk about only Mumbai campus because this is something that I want my students to enter into, right? Name of the program and campus and the number of seats. MBA, right? You can go for finance, marketing, operation. And there's a general management program also. The total number of seats in Mumbai campus are 600 this year, right? थोड़ा ऊपर भी जा सकता है. But yes, this is the number of seats which is mentioned at this point of time on the website. Human resource in Mumbai campus, again, safe to go, right? अगर आपको human resource में जाना है, right? 120 seats. And this, right, MBA Human Resource Mumbai campus 120 seats आपको मिलेंगी. So basically आपको I will ask my students to target only to fight for these 720 seats. That's it, right? I'm not going to talk about the programs जो मुंबई कैंपस में और भी programs offer होते हैं. For example, there's also MBA in law in Narsi Munji. There's also MBA in pharmaceutical, right? There's also an MBA in data science. Right, so business analytics, MBA in business analytics. There are so many programs that are offered by Narsi Munji Mumbai campus. I'm specifically targeting for my student these programs only: finance, marketing, operations, and human resource, where we have a sure placement. जिसका placement definitely आना ही आना है, आपको definitely मिल जाएगा. These are the programs जिसके लिए Mumbai campus famous है, and these are the programs which are very very popular among students. And so my recommendation for my students will be to go for these programs only, right? Okay. Talking about the batch strength and the batch profile of the last year, CAT 9 of MBA 1820 batch, right? Just to help you understand what is the intake gender ratio and the placement, about how is the placement of the college, right? So this is a slide that we are going to talk about to help you understand, the Mumbai campus, right? See guys, if you look at this graph, right, this is a batch profile of MBA 1820 available on their website. I have taken screenshot from there. If you talk about the background of the students, right, 7% comes from FMCG, 8% comes from banking, financial services and insurances, right? 14% comes from consulting, 17% conglomerate and manufacturing, 19% are others, 35% comes from IT, e-commerce and startups, education, right? So this is the educational background. So all the students who are getting into the RC Munji Mumbai campus, having the experience, right? These are the different companies it comes from. Talking about the educational background of the students, right? 69% is engineering, 30% science, 15% commerce, 3% arts, 10% management, right? This is only for Mumbai campus, guys, right? And if you talk about the work experience parts in month, all the students of this campus in this particular year, work experience in months, right? You see that there are 12% students with 1 to 12 month of experience out of all the work experience candidate. 26% students have an experience of 13 to 24 and so on, right? You see that even the students with the experience of 25 to 36 months, right, constitute 26% of the whole strength of students of work experience. So 3 साल से बड़े जिनका experience 3 साल से भी ज़्यादा है, वो बच्चे भी आपको campus के अंदर मिलेंगे, right? If you talk about the gender ratio of this, 38% female, 62% male. Okay, bad news for boys. Average work experience, 18 months, right? If you look at the overall average experience, average age, work experience, average, these are average work experience, guys, right? If you talk about the average age, 24 years. Professional certified candidates, right? 312. Geography, diversity, 32% comes from north, 10% comes from south. 41% come from west. Most of the students are coming from west, guys. 17% comes from east, right? Basic information. Okay, but again, just to help you understand your campus, that's it. That's why I'm discussing this slide here. Now, if you talk about the batch strength of MBA 2018, again, you can just quickly go through it, guys, right? Nothing specific here, except this, the more girls here, 59% girls and 41% boys. Okay. Right, so everything else you can see that here, right? In HR, I don't see specific information, more information here. Students from experienced backgrounds, right? 9% comes from banking experience, insurance experience, finance experience. IT, commerce, startups, right? 33% comes from this. Consulting, 21%. Manufacturing, conglomerate, 14%. FMCG, 7%, 16%. Matching with the other programs, right? Work experience in months, again, there are the many students you can see that who are the 37% are fresher students. This is something which is important. I can see that work experience in month, 37% of the batch comes from is a fresher batch. Rest of them are experienced batch, guys, right? Okay. MBA placement statistic. Now, I'm sure you must be waiting for this slide. As per the record, this is an official record. Highest CTC of Mumbai campus is 38.57 lakh per annum domestic. CTC international is 58.61. Average CT is 18.33. What you need to check on is ROI, how much money you will be investing. If you look at the fee of this particular section, right? Let me take you to that slide because that's more relevant here now. I can see that. If you talk about the fee part, guys, right? You see that in Mumbai, if you're going for MBA Mumbai or HR program, this is the amount of money you will be investing per year. This exclude your living, right? So 10 lakh 95,000, 11, approximately 11. This might go up this year also, right? So 22 lakh is the amount of money you'll be spending in fees, right? With your average CTC, as you can see, is coming out to be 18 lakh, right? And if I talk about the top 50 batch, if you keep yourself in top 50, you will be able to get 29 lakh per annum. That means within 1 year, you'll be able to get back your investment, right? What you are investing. If you keep yourself in top 50, if you keep yourself in top 100 batch, 26.01 lakh, again, not bad. So you see, there's not much difference Even if you're among top 200 students, still your average package you can see is 22.58. So within 1.5 years, you'll be getting back what you have invested, because this is not the exact money that you'll be getting in your hand. When you go for the money, when you calculate the money in hand with the 22.58 lakh, it's not exactly 22.58 by 12. It's a bit lesser than this. So I guess it will take 18 more months after your MBA that you will be able to get back what you have invested in the last 2 years, right? Including your living expenses. So I can see it's a good ROI, but again, this is Mumbai campus, right? Not talking about any other college. Specialization, this college that offer is marketing, finance, operation, general management. There are IT and analytics also, but I guess placements are more that we are talking about here in these four, right? Okay. This is also mentioned here that in this slide, the 34% batch plays through PPOs, pre-placement offers, right? Batch received PPOs, or 44% batch received PPO and PPIs, right? 41 Fortune 500 recruiters, very important information. The 37 new recruiters added, 148 total recruiters are there. So I guess you will get enough opportunities to place yourself in the corporate sector if you get yourself into this particular college, guys, right? Now, sector details for students placed in each. Now, this is about sector-wise detail here, right? General management. If you talk about the general management program, 20% is, okay, sector details for students placed in each specialization. Okay, sector-wise means, you see that, guys. If I talk about general management program, you see 22% of the students studying in the general management program got themselves placed in IT, analytics, consulting, startup, and e-commerce. And 20% went to auto, conglomerate, manufacturing, oil and gas. Right? This is a very important figure you need to look at. Operations, you look at the maximum number of students, 38% got placed in IT, analytics, consulting, startup, and e-commerce, right? Next highest you can see is 18% went to FMCG, and retail companies. Students who are studying in marketing, you see that 35% again went to these IT, analytics, consulting, startup, and e-commerce. So you see that if you talk about general management, operation, and marketing, major students are getting placed in this industry, right? If you talk about finance, you see 61% are going to BFSI, banking, financial services, and insurances. Obviously, finance का तो banking में ही ज़्यादा रहेगा, right? But you see that general management से भी आप बाकी सभी industries में enter कर रहे हो. Operations में भी, these are the number of percentages where the students are getting placed in the different campuses of different industries, right? So the major what you need to look at is the major part, right? There's 38% operations के यहाँ जा रहे हैं, right? 18% बच्चे FMCG में जा रहे हैं. Marketing, you see that? Marketing के ज़्यादा जो बच्चे हैं, 35% students are going to IT, analytics, consulting, startups, and 28% are going to FMCG and retails. Very, very important factor that you need to look at, guys, right? PPO का offer जो है sector wise किस industry में गया, you can just have a look at it. I guess that's a more important factor that you need to look at, कि बच्चे ultimately campus से place किस industries में हो रहे हैं और किस program में कहाँ जा रहे हैं. Very, very important figure that they have given to us. Okay, if you look at the HR placement, students who are opting for HR in MBA, again the placement is again good, is very, very good here, right? Highest CTC is 22 lakh per annum. Average is 14.98. If you compare it with the general management, marketing, finance programs, it is less, yes, but it's not bad. 22 lakh per annum is the highest, and average is 14.98 CT. If you are keeping yourself in top 5% of the batch, 19.83, top 10%, 18.87, top 20%, 18.24, top 50%, 16.98. So, compared to the general management programs, HR placements are less. But if you look at the industries, right, what I particularly noticed here in this whole slide is that if you look at the industries where the students from HR program from Mumbai campuses are going, they are similar to the general management programs. FMCG, 9% students got placed in FMCG, 23% got placed in IT. Consulting में सबसे ज़्यादा बच्चे जा रहे हैं, 34% HR में. Auto, manufacturing, oil and gas, and conglomerate, 20% बच्चे. एंड BFSI में 11%. सो बैंकिंग फाइनेंस में आई गेस काफी कम है, राइट. स्टार्टअप और ई-कॉमर्स में बहुत कम बच्चे जा रहे हैं एचआर के. एचआर का जो मेजर प्लेसमेंट है वो कंसल्टिंग में हो रहा है. इट्स अ गुड फैक्टर, राइट. बट अगेन एवरेज CTC अगर आप देखोगे तो वो कंपेरेटिवली काफी कम है. सो एचआर शुड बी प्रेफर्ड. Should you be deciding on this कि HR में packages कम है तो नहीं जाना चाहिए? See, it depends on your interest, right? If you want to make a career in HR, you should definitely go for it, because ये once you get a place in good companies, right? अच्छी companies में अगर आप HR के through यहाँ से placement लेते हो तो in future you will definitely have good packages, but this is also very very good package in HR programs. नंबर ऑफ सीट्स भी कम है तो आई गेस प्लेसमेंट इतना टफ नहीं होगा एचआर के लिए. देयर आर ओनली 120 सीट्स. जनरल मैनेजमेंट, मार्केटिंग, फाइनेंस, ऑपरेशंस में 600 सीट्स हैं. एचआर में ओनली 120 सीट्स हैं, much, right? Okay, so these were, I guess this give you the complete idea about the placements and industries you might get placed through NMIMS Mumbai Campus. Quite a good platform that they provide, right? But only the Mumbai Campus, right? Now, if you look at these dates, nothing to discuss here. I'm just going to take a screenshot and check it कि किस डेट पे आपको कब अप्लाई करना है. रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑलरेडी 3 अगस्त से स्टार्ट हो चुका है, राइट. और ये वीडियो को अपलोड करने में बहुत लेट ऑलरेडी हो चुका हूँ, राइट. बट अगेन रजिस्ट्रेशन डेट बच्चों को जनरली पता ही रहता है. What I was researching on was this main content that I have just discussed with all of you guys. एग्जाम एंड एवरीथिंग इट्स ऑलरेडी मेंशन. इसमें कुछ डिस्कस करने लायक नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ देखना है कि कौन से टाइम पे आप रीटेक ले सकते हो. पहला जो मेन एग्जाम होगा उसी का स्कोर NMIMS मुंबई कैंपस के लिए काउंट होगा. ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. सेकंड थर्ड अटेम्प्ट का आपका स्कोर बाकी कॉलेजेस के लिए काउंट होगा, नॉट फॉर MMIS मुंबई. एंड आई वुड सजेस्ट स्टूडेंट्स टू गो फॉर ओनली वन एग्जाम. रीजन इज कि अगर आप NMAT में 2-3 अटेम्प्ट ट्राई करने लोगोगे तो पहले तो ऐसा नहीं है कि NMIMS में उतने NMAT एग्जाम में जितना कैट के कॉलेजेस एक्सेप्ट स्कोर करते हैं उतने ही कॉलेजेस NMAT में करते हैं. इट्स नॉट दैट, राइट. हार्डली 3 and 4 more गुड कॉलेजेस, राइट. सो 3-4 अच्छे कॉलेजेस के लिए NMAT के थ्रू अब बार-बार देने का कोई पॉइंट नहीं बनता है, राइट. यू शुड बी गिविंग NMAT ओनली वंस, अदरवाइज दिस डिस्टर्ब योर एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन फॉर if you're targeting exams like CAD and IFT and ZAT, तो आपका पूरा एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन डिस्टर्ब होगा just because of this one single exam where you are trying to target specifically 3 or 4 colleges. NMIMS is definitely not going to accept your second retake score, right? So एक ही अटेम्प्ट आप दीजिए जो मेन आपका अटेम्प्ट है, उसके अलावा अटेम्प्ट देने का जरूरत नहीं है. सो ये डेट्स को भी आप अवॉइड कर सकते हो. जस्ट रजिस्टर फॉर द मेन NMIMS एग्जाम जिसमें आपका एक ही बार स्कोर जो आएगा वही आपका NMIMS मुंबई के लिए काम आएगा. बिकॉज जो दूसरे कॉलेजेस हैं वो नंबर उनके ज्यादा हो सकते हैं बट जो लिस्ट में उनका रैंकिंग है वो इतना अच्छा नहीं है, राइट, in terms of placement and everything. So the hardly colleges like KJ Sumaya CAT का भी accept करेगा, right? SPGN I have studied कि SPGN में NMIMS का score सिर्फ girls candidate का accept होता है. There's also some condition you just need to look at it, right? And XIM University. So यही 3 colleges हैं which are the recommended colleges जो आपको NMAT के through apply करने चाहिए. But these are the also colleges जो आपके CAT का score भी accept करने वाले हैं, right? So second attempt का कोई point नहीं बनता है NMAT के लिए. Go for only one attempt. That's it. Important points. Only main examination scores will be used for the shortlisting process. Retake scores will not be considered by NMIMS. This will be considered by the other colleges. But again, दूसरे और colleges में हमें इतना interest नहीं है क्योंकि वो CAT का score भी लेंगे और specifically उन्हीं 3-4 colleges के लिए हमें दोबारा से देने का जरूरत नहीं है. Please take note that a maximum of 3 attempts are allowed within a testing year. Again, second or third will not be considered for NMIMS. Mandatory gap of minimum 15 days between 2 attempts. 15 days का minimum gap होना चाहिए. But again, I'll say go for only one attempt or you will disturb your exam preparation for other exams, right? आपके बाकी सारे exam का preparation disturb हो जाएगा. Go for only one exam, right? For NMAT. Again, some details, right? You can just have a look at it. Cutoffs हम already discuss कर चुके हैं, right? These are the programs which we are interested in. MBA HR 76 कटऑफ. ओवरऑल आपको 235 लाना है. यू सी दैट 76 into 3 अगर तीनों में 76 लेके आता हूं मैं यहाँ पे, राइट, तो 228 आएगा. भाई ओवरऑल कटऑफ इज 235. फाइनली कन्वर्जन के लिए आपको एटलीस्ट 250 260 पे रहना पड़ेगा. सो यू नीड टू गेट स्कोर हायर देन दिस मार्क्स, राइट. आपको बिल्कुल एज पे रह के एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं होगा आपका, राइट. सो यू नीड टू स्कोर मोर देन दिस, राइट. We have already covered the cutoff part and strategy part. Fees हम discuss कर चुके हैं. It's a program we are interested in, Mumbai Campus और HR program. बाकी सबका फीस यहाँ लिख दिए, right? If you are interested in these, right? I will never let my students go in these, right? मैं definitely इनको recommend नहीं करूँगा और उनको जाने भी नहीं दूँगा. This is something that I'm targeting colleges for my students, right? Okay. B school accepting NMAT score, right? बहुत सारे हैं, but जो colleges आप refer कर सकते हो, NMIMS तो है, KJ Somaiya, Exam University and SPGen. इसका study करना थोड़ा सा SPGen का I guess it's only for girls students and for some specific programs I guess, right? So no point of attempting the second NMAT exam just to target these colleges again because ये CAT का score आपको automatically second आपको attempt CAT में भी मिल ही जाएगा KJ Somaiya को target करने के लिए या फिर SPGen को target करने के लिए XIM के लिए ZAT भी है पड़ा आपके पास, right? So this is all about NMAT exam guys, right? Strategy we have covered, exam pattern we have covered, cutoff we have discussed, placements भी हमने discuss कर लिया, background, educational background of students is also covered. That's it guys. I guess it's sufficient information for exam preparation. Subscribe to the channel. इसमें हम आगे आने वाले टाइम में बहुत कुछ वीडियोस अपलोड करेंगे आपके एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन के लिए. Thank you so much for watching the video guys. See you in the next class. See you in the next video. Thank you.